Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy and I am here with another haul. I've got my chocolate milk because I'm starting to feel a little famished, but I need to film as many videos today as I can. We're already at 8 o'clock. I am attempting to upload the video I just filmed while I do this, which probably won't work very well, but we're gonna give it a try. All right, Peanut is now right here, so my space is a little cramped more than I'd like, and I'm sitting kind of Indian style, which is gonna hurt after a while, but I found my decision tree that I was telling you about on the last video for how to process items. So I'm gonna hold it up on the screen in case you wanna freeze and read it, just to either get a good laugh at like, how sad is this woman that she can't figure out how to do this without having a decision tree? But some of us need this extra help. So this is my decision tree for what to do with my stuff. So, do I want to keep this item? Yes. Maybe my answer is yes. So then it's, does it need to be readily accessible? Yes. Does it have a defined space? Yes. Well, then go put it away. If it doesn't have you guys, this is no good. I can't talk and this is the beginning of the video. If it does not have a defined space, put it in an inventoried basement keep storage. So as you can see, I'm gonna need to set up stations in the basement that have, maybe it's keep, maybe it's sell, maybe it's process, maybe it's giveaway. And there are some things that may go to deep storage, which would be my storage unit. So things I want to keep, but I'm pretty much probably just keeping them because I sentimentally can't get rid of it yet. But one of my questions is, so if I say, does it need to be readily accessible? If my answer to that is no, then I've got, does it need to be kept or would a picture be sufficient? And if the answer is no, it doesn't need to be kept, then take a picture and add it to your memories album and move it on through the process. So I'm hoping that this will help me. But I wanted to show you guys that just in case you're in a similar boat like me where it's super difficult to just be a grown-up and put things in the boxes they go in or wherever they go. All right, so we are continuing on with our haul of things from the Dollar Tree, although I don't think I had any Dollar Tree items on the last video, but I have some in this. The Dollar Tree, Goodwill, flea markets, and antique stores. And I don't necessarily always know which one it's from, but we're gonna go. So, first item in this one is Bad Girls. Throughout history, 100 remarkable women who changed the world. This was $1.93 at the Goodwill, and it's not a particularly old book, I don't think, although I love this. What do you call these? The inner page? I love pages like that. Okay, this is 2016, so new. For girls of all ages who dare to be bad, and for the people who stand behind us when we are, especially my mom Alice and my husband Ryan. Oh, so that was her dedication. So it's just full of women from history, and I thought these would make nice additions to, is that Margaret Thatcher? Yeah, nice additions to junk journals. Who is that? Oh, Gloria Steinem. Was she the bra burning person? Harriet Tubman. So I liked the artwork, and so even though it wasn't old or vintage, I still liked it. All right, this one might seem like a strange one, but this was also $1.93 at the Goodwill, and 450 plans. So it's just, and I love it. I love it so much. My dad was an architect, and I love looking at floor plans, and I just think these would be super fun pages to have in journals. So I picked it up. I mean, who can go wrong with 450 plans? And then let's do something a little different than books for a minute. Both of those, oh, I said both of those were from the Goodwill. I always like picking up flashcards. I plan to create some flashcard packs for my Labor Day release in my Etsy shop and sale, and there's a link to my Etsy shop in the description below. And so I found these at the Goodwill. I paid $3.02 for the set. You couldn't tell what they look like, but I don't have any. So this first one's telling time. So, oh, and you've got, do they all have a colored side? Oh, well, okay then. So that's even cooler than I thought. So those will be fun. I really like those. I don't think that they're terribly old. Well, there's not a date on here, but my guess is they're not very old. But they're kind of got some kind of retro mid-century. Aw, I love that. So what are we trying to do here? Okay, the clock is at 11, but it says 3:40 back here. Oh, because that's the answer to this question. So, yeah, I like those. Okay, so there's that one. And then, oh, seriously, is one of these just a box of crayons? Okay, just a box of crayons, but it's a really cool box. In 1990, it's got one of my favorite colors in it. Oh, shoot, I should have been more careful tearing that off. In 1990, Crayola retired these 8 colors to the Crayola Crayon Hall of Fame. Orange, yellow. Now, didn't you guys think it was silly for them to have like an orange yellow and a yellow orange? I mean, technically, I guess if you're wanting to create a full rainbow, that's like the easiest way to do it. But raw umber, green blue, maize, blue gray, orange red, violet blue, and lemon yellow. Lemon yellow was one of my absolute favorite, I wanted to say flavor, but oh, one of them's missing. This only has 7, but it's got the lemon yellow and they don't look used. Now, I don't know if, I feel like this is another one of those companies that brings colors out of retirement and stuff to get you to spend more money. So I don't know if you bought is 64 still the biggest size you can buy for this, or do they have a bigger one? I don't know. My other favorite color was salmon. That's probably been retired too. But yeah, I really like the box. And then the other one in this set is money. Looks like these two were made by the same company. So yeah, so that's, they're colored on both sides. So yeah, I like those. This particular Goodwill always has a good selection of flashcards for some reason. That's where I found all of the German flashcards. Ugh, I'm so frustrated though that I wasn't more careful pulling the tape off of that. All right. And then this was also from the Goodwill, $2.86 for 2 boxes. I don't know if they're the same kind, but succulents, which I like to create botanical ephemera packs or kits. So, okay, I just jabbed myself. This is not the right tool for this job. I should have got my box cutter out for this. Okay, it is two boxes of the same, which is okay. How many are in a box? 10. And they're blank inside, which is nice for junk journaling. So you can get what, like a pack of 6 at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. So they're probably, well, I got both of these boxes though for $2.86. So that's probably on par with, I can't tell how old these are, but they're probably not very old. Now these felt like they were old, but I don't know if they are. So $2.86 for these napkins. Now I've been buying napkins. Oh, and they've got a cute thing over here. So I guess you could, they had some kind of a deal where you could collect, I don't know if this is like kind of same idea as the old grocery stamps, but no year visible, but they just kind of seemed old. And I finally, one day, well, a couple days while I was in here watching TV with Jason after dinner, I finally did some crafting with, did I show you guys these before? I probably did. You guys, my memory is terrible, which is also a concern to me since my mom has Alzheimer's. But I took, I've got all those Reader's Digest books, so I took Reader's Digest pages out, and then so what I found that the best method that worked for me was to put the watered down Mod Podge or watered down glue I had put, this was a tiny bottle of Mod Podge from the Dollar Tree that I put in here with some water because it doesn't need to be very thick. You don't want it very thick when you're working with napkins. And so and I also found a lot of people use a water pen. A lot of people use a water brush. You can get these, I got this at the Dollar Tree, to go around the outside of a napkin to kind of tear it away. But I found that tearing it with my fingers, I actually like better. But anyway, so I was playing around, kind of learning how to do these. So I'm gonna show you my handiwork so you know I actually do sometimes craft. This one is a little bit, I don't know how to feel about this one because it's so opaque. And it was like a cocktail napkin instead of a full-size one. So it doesn't, I like this better. Like I feel like this is more natural looking maybe. So I of course did a bunch of those, but I did do several. And then this was another pretty one. But it really doesn't take it very long to dry. Okay, this one didn't come out very well, but this one kind of, the napkin kind of had a sheen to it, so to speak. And because it was so opaque, that's why I did it like this, to make it like it's just, you know, laying on the page. And you can see you're always going to get wrinkles unless you like really spend a lot of time and research on how to not get wrinkles, and the wrinkles don't bother me. But this one was kind of a glossy, sheeny kind of napkin, and I just don't feel like it did very well, but it's still pretty, sort of. I did several of these just because I felt like they really, so like in the original napkin, it's not jagged like this, but I added that when I tore it. And I like the ones that you can really see through. Now, you could achieve the same look, I think. I'm pretty sure I could probably program something to print out of my printer onto paper like this. But it's kind of fun and relaxing to do while you're just sitting in bed. So this was another one. It was a cocktail napkin, and it didn't really have any breaks in color, so that's why I kind of did it like that. So yeah, so I can craft, but as I was saying, it doesn't take it very long to dry. So, okay, so let me just take and do a little lesson here. So you take your paper, you put your glue base, whatever kind of glue you're using. You can use cheap Elmer's glue. Like we just bought me some Elmer's glue to do this with, but you still need to dilute it. You brush that on, and I got some brushes that maybe will be in this haul if I find them from the Dollar Tree. And you put my method that I like the best is you put the glue down, and then you stick your napkin down, but you have to have peeled away so that you only have the very top layer of the napkin. Napkins are usually 2 to 3 layers thick, just like toilet paper. So you want to peel away all but the uppermost layer, and then you stick it down, and then you kind of work out from the center with your brush and your glue to go over the top of it. So it's really decoupage, right? Only with napkins on paper. So, and then as it's drying, it gets pretty curly, but then you just put it under some heavy books overnight, and then it's pretty flat. So, and those would be great to add into a journal. So I was proud of myself for having done that little crafty thing. Right, this also was from the Dollar Tree, probably not very old because it's kind of a glossy bag, but it was $1.34 for popcorn bags, which any kind, 10 popcorn bags. So probably would have been, there's probably some at the Dollar Tree that would have been cheaper, but these are great for journals too, because you can fold them in half if you do signatures, and you've already got one open side, and you could cut the other side open so it could be a pocket. Or if you're making a tall journal, you could leave it like this. But yeah, this kind of stuff is fun to use in journals. And then I also found these at the Goodwill, just a bunch of rub-on letters. So it was $2.86 for the pack, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the pack, different sizes. And I don't think any of them looked used. They kind of feel vintage to me. Well, they were from Walgreens, originally $1.99, but they were reduced to $1. So 1988. Okay, so they are vintage. So I thought these would be neat to be able to use. I like rub-on things. It's easy. So we got a good variety of sizes here for a good price. And then I found 7. So I found these. Now, I don't know what the original purpose of these is. I know what I'm going to use them for. I am going to use them to store my vintage playing cards, because I keep trying to find things to store those in, and right now I've got things that you can store the container that the cards come in, but whenever I make a sale, it's kind of tedious to go, pull out all of them to get to the one I need. So I think I want to take them out of their respective boxes and put them in. So let me take one of these. Put them in, I think, yeah, so one side says top. So I don't know if these were for food or for gardening or what they're for, but I can put them in here because it's wide enough here, and then I can kind of stack them with like an index card in front of each with the item number from my shop, so that when somebody orders it, I can just go to that and easily see it. And then this lid slides in here, and then it closes. Now it's taller than I need it to be, but it's stackable. So they had 7, so I bought all 7, and they were $2.86 a piece, which is probably, I mean, it's a pretty sturdy plastic, but yeah, I'm not really sure what this is originally for. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can, anytime you go to the Goodwill, you just kind of make it your own. But yeah, so I'm excited to use this because I need to find ways to make it faster to fill orders when they come in. Because sometimes it can take me hours to fill an order, which is kind of ridiculous. All right, I need to hydrate again, so hang on. Okay, so let's do another book. Sorry, Peanut. This was also at the Goodwill for $1.93. You don't usually find books like this anymore at the Goodwill for some reason, but it is a yard and garden owner's manual, and it's Better Homes and Gardens, and so it's just got all kinds of gardening things in it that I thought would be easy to cut out the pictures, or like I probably won't use this picture for anything, but there's plenty of even things like this would be easy to cut out and use for ephemera. So what I would probably do, oh, and there's lots of those. So that would make a nice set just by itself. But what I tend to do with books like this is I will systematically go through page by page, and if I see something I like on the page, I'll cut it out. And then by the time I'm done going through the book, I have a big stack of cutouts for it that I can then turn into ephemera kits. So that's kind of how I use books like this. And then it's possible I could reuse this ring in my cinch binding system, which would always be helpful. All right, one more book, Peanut, and then you're back on the bed. All right, then I found this at the Goodwill, Hans Christian Andersen, for 96 cents. And I was hoping that it would have some good pictures. It's not particularly old, I don't think. Let's see. That's not got the... This is the annotated Hans Christian Andersen. 2008, so not quite vintage. But I liked, like, pages like this. I like the imagery, even on stuff like this, or the font. Well, here we've got good old Hans himself, and it was full of pictures. I don't know if these were pictures from the original. I have an actual original back from the day Hans Christian Andersen anthology that I will probably break down. So this, I guess I could compare this to that to see. Oh, it's got Thumbelina. So I had, what was it? Hans Brinker or The Silver Skate. I had that book when I was a kid. That story is surely in here. Where is the title page? I just want to see what, okay. The Emperor's New Clothes. So some of these I didn't realize were Hans Christian Andersen. The Snow Queen, The Princess and the Pea, The Nightingale, The Ugly Duckling. That was him? Huh. So he was like a Mother Goose, I guess. The Little Mermaid. Really? I feel so dumb. But you guys know I don't like cartoons. I'm not really into... I'm not really into these kind of things. But yeah, it does. It looks like The Little Mermaid. Son of a gun. Well, it had to come from somewhere, right? The Tinderbox, The Wild Swans, Thumbelina, The Little Match Girl, The Steadfast Tin Soldier, Old Shut-Eye. We still haven't seen the one I mentioned. The Red Shoes, The Shadow, The Psyche, The Most Astonishing Thing, The Story of a Mother, The Girl Who Trod on the Loaf, The Phoenix, The Goblin and the Grocer, Anti-Toothache, The Flying Trunk, Heartache, The Bell. Oh, it doesn't have the Silver Skate one. Oh well. Anyway, that seemed like a good deal for 96 cents. People love children's book things in journals. All right, then I got this kind of grab bag. It was a little expensive, so I'm prepared to be disappointed. I paid $7.56, and I feel like I need to scoot back. There. I paid $7.56. It appeared to have cards in it. So let's see. Where's the scissors? Because they tape the top of these bags so that you can't look to see what's in it, kind of. Or take stuff out, obviously. But this one particular Goodwill that we go to, they do grab bags kind of things, and I kind of like that idea. Because sometimes you can get some cool stuff that way. All right. Oh, adhesive labels. This more modern stuff is not really interesting to me, but I'm sure I'll figure out a way to use it. All right, recipe cards for $1. So, one of the other grab bags I got from them and showed in a previous video is this, and I think I asked this then, but I don't think anybody knew or said. I'm trying to figure out if this is Target. Is there Target $1 section? But it's these cute recipe cards with twine that you could use in pair. How many are in this? 16. So those are always good. Then we've got another $1 item, magnetic list pad. Okay, well that's okay. It's just Save a Bunch coupon holder in that same kind of theme as the recipe cards. Or maybe these are like Tuesday mornings or something. Are there even any of those still around? Okay, so we've got gift tags now that kind of match that theme. Another coupon holder. Awesome. Not sure what I'm going to do, although some people would probably turn this into a journal. So maybe I need to watch some videos. Oh, and another one. I mean, they're cute graphics and they're paper, so okay. Oh, some more recipe cards, the tomato ones this time. So yeah, I don't know if I'd say this was worth, well, I mean, it was worth $7.56. I did get 8 items that appear to have all been $1 originally, so I'm kind of paying full price for these. But then it also had this from Juice Plus, this grocery list pad, which that'll be nice. That's a great, so mine are going to be binder style journals, so they'll have holes punched on one side, but that's a great space to write in. So, and it's a pretty big pad. So, okay, so it's no great deal on this pack, but yeah, I wonder, like with this, I mean, it's definitely flimsy. Probably doesn't help that, but see, it even comes with its own closure, right? So, but it's accordion style. I don't know, this could be an ephemera holder, maybe. I mean, it's warped and stuff, so I don't know. I should look and see if anybody's made a journal with something like this. Like, would they have left it intact, or maybe they might have cut some of these so that they could make different, you know, pockets in different places, but yet still have a cover. I don't know. I'll have to research in all my free time. But the pad of grocery list paper is useful to me, and the recipe cards are useful to me. The labels, not so much. But if I make a journal with one of these things, the labels will at least coordinate. All right. What else do we have in this box? Oh boy. Watch out, Peanut. These, I think, the rest of these things, I think, were from, oh no, here's another. Got this from, I've bought these from Temu before. I love these little bowl clip kind of things. Is that what they call them? Well, they just call them metal clips. But obviously from Michaels, perhaps. I paid $2.86 because I never find anything that's the sale color. So $2.86 for 12. I don't know if that's a good deal, but like it's a comparable price for Temu, and I'm just trying to think, when I bought them from Temu, did I get a lot more? But I don't think I did. I think this might be comparable to Temu. Cards. Got more decks of cards. How many cards do I need? Apparently a lot. So I have, oh, this is another one that, so I also have a bunch of the StarCraft brand, and they always have glittery bases. Okay, so this, I did get 2 different kinds, so that's good. And if I were going to put these in, if I were going to put these in here, I mean, they fit pretty perfectly. And then because of the how tall, so technically I could probably, although it's not really meant to do that. But I was going to say I could technically probably not have a lid and stack them on top of each other, but I'll probably leave the lid just so they're protected from dust. But then I'll be able to still have my index card that's raised higher than this to store these. So yeah, I'm happy with that purchase, this purchase. All right, so there's that deck of cards. I think all of the cards I'm going to show you today were definitely under $10 for the set. We've got Harrod's Impressions of London, and they look like this. So I thought those were pretty. I think these were only $5. So that felt like a good deal. But so I've got currently in my shop, I've got a bunch of swap cards, and I think I sell them for a little bit cheaper than most people do. Like there's a lady I watch on Whatnot, and she sells 4 cards for $3 is the starting bid for her auctions, and I sell 2 for $1. So I think that's less than a lot of people I see will sell 2 for $2 because they're vintage. But to me, 2 for $1 seemed like a better price. Now these I got just because they seemed kind of sassy, and they came with kind of a cool box. Kind of. So I don't think they're very old, and they're called Working Girls, and they've never been opened. So one deck looks like this, and I'm assuming, wouldn't you assume all the backs have to be the same? Life is short, play your best cards first for that one. And then the other deck, Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. So I thought those would be cute. And like I said, I liked the box. So you could take, can't you? Maybe you can't. Maybe you, I was gonna say, I think you could, it's got filler in the bottom that I think would come out. Yeah, it would come out. And then you could just have a nice box, but this part is, well, I don't know, maybe that part would come out too. It feels like it's connected to the box back here though. But then you could have a cute box. And then this, you guys remember these? Where you want it, you push this down to whatever letter. Does it even work? Maybe it doesn't. Oh yeah, okay. So it would slide, and then my grandma had one of these, and then you push this and it opens to that page. So it's got real real people. Where did these people live? Let's see, can we figure that out? Well, Missouri or Illinois. There's some 217s, 314s, 618s. And so there's a whole bunch of pages filled out, which I thought is cool to put in stuff. And then it's got, well, some pages that maybe aren't filled out because they didn't know that many people with the last name of N. So my whole goal with this would be to just take the paper out. And this, I think, was only a couple bucks, I think. Then this one was kind of cool. It's kind of a carrying case, and it came with a score pad, and I don't think I have any score pads this small for Bridge, Pinochle, Canasta. And then it came with a pencil, and then the cards aren't very exciting. So I pretty much got these because it did happen to come with a score pad, and it was in good shape still. And then I think I got this for $1, our bicentennial calendar from Woodlawn. Oh, that's here in town, in my town of Florissant. I don't think they're still around. What street is that? South Florissant? Oh, so that's probably on the other side of 270. So that might still be there. Their phone number, Temple 73023. That's funny. So bicentennial calendar. If I don't, I could sell this whole as is, and it, you know, it's made to stand up, or I could just take pages out of this to stick in things for ephemera. I mean, it used to have a price tag here, so I might try to get that off, but this is a great piece of advertisement. And I think I only paid like $1 or $2 for that. And then I got another tiny deck of cards for $1. Nothing special, just that they're mini, which could make a nice corner tuck point. And then I got these, it said 2 for $1, 2 cards for $1, but it had 3. Now these are cards that you got if you donated to the Colonial Williamsburg Foundation, or maybe you got them from a gift shop if you went and visited there. But I love these kind of cards because they remind me of Audubon, and maybe they are Audubon ones. I don't know if it says. Designed and engraved by Mark Catesby, London, England. And I think it looks like he was alive from 1683 to 1749. So he's maybe pre-Audubon. I know they said someone before Audubon is technically the person who should get credit for doing this kind of thing. So maybe it was this guy. Oh, and this one was pretty. So like I said, it had 3, and I thought 3 for $1 was a pretty good deal on these. This is the kind of thing where you get thrift prices at an antique store, which is rare in my area. And then the last thing well, there's 2 things in here. So there was a Good Housekeeping magazine, October 1969, and it was $5. I love finding magazines from this time period, or you know, any of these vintage because I love looking at the retro fashions. The Complete Sausage Cookbook, okay. And oh, there was some pimento loaf. Who likes pimento loaf? Or is that olive loaf? I mean, it's olives in it. What was that called? But ew. Who thought to do that? And is this Braunschweiger? Which is also kind of gross. Is there a picture? Oh, it does say. Okay. So it is an olive loaf. There is Braunschweiger. Now, the Braunschweiger, I don't know if technically this is the Braunschweiger, but that's the one I think it is. Oh, it's numbered. Okay, hold on. Braunschweiger is number 10. Oh, well, it's the one you can't see. All the way over here is the Braunschweiger. Oh, it kind of looks like liver. So the one I was saying was Braunschweiger. How many times do you want me to keep saying that? Was really head cheese. Okay, that's disgusting too. So in this picture, there's Cal Brulade, pepperoni, head cheese, ham bologna, salami, regular bologna, olive loaf, Blutwurst, Krakow, and Braunschweiger. All right, well, more than you ever wanted to know. Where was that other picture that there's usually cool kind of ads in here, although I'm not coming up with one right away. Oh, mother-daughter gift certificate for something. Keep Up with Medicine. Dan River announces carpet. Look at that shag. Well, shoot, I just saw a picture. The new Bisquick. That's ultimately what I really like. Cascade. Cascade was around back in 1969. I mean, look at this. Isn't that fantastic? Fantastically hideous. Oh no, who is that? This reminds me of Sharon Tate. That's not Sharon Tate, is it? Would she have still been alive? And when were the Manson murders? Aw, here's some honey glazed ham. But yeah, I love looking at these retro home, like home layouts or whatever. Okay, where did the picture go? Yes, look at these fabulous hairdos. So anyway, I love looking at that old stuff. And it was $5, which is a really good price. Now, some people, like that, I would definitely pay that price for that, but it's kind of hard to sell it for much more than that, unless it's a really old magazine. Some of those can go for a pretty price. Okay, then I got this pack of paper, which I'm always intrigued by because you never know what you're going to find in it. And one of you said to be careful getting old books and things because you never know what might be living in them. And I kind of Googled that and here I am just opening this right out on my bed. So if I thought I had hair problems before, this is probably just going to make it worse. All right, what do we have? We have a realtor card. Oh, it's a needle book. Oh, that is cool. This little, what brand is that? Peerless Elliptic Large Eye Sharps. Czechoslovakia. So, oh, I love that. I wish I could remember how much. I feel like this pack of paper might have been like $7. So keep that in mind when we look through here. And then there's a bunch of flashcards. Are these flashcards? I don't know. Maybe it's from a game. There's several of those, which is metaphysical, indigenous, reiterated, or maybe it's, yeah, because one side it says the speaker reiterated that a change must be made. It's almost like you would, like during a spelling bee, if you're asking somebody to spell it and they say, give me a sentence, but then on the back it says repeated said again, which are other definitions. So, well, I guess one side's the definition and one side's using it in a sentence. So I don't know if these are, I don't know what these are, but I kind of really like those. And then we've got telephone numbers, a blue book of telephone numbers, and long distance rates are lowest all day Sunday. You guys remember that when we used to have to get like, wait till certain times of the day to call our long distance relatives, or buy yourself a calling card from the store to pay for your long distance calls. I remember when my grandma used to give us those for Christmas. All right, so it doesn't appear to be used at all. And then in the back, it looks like it's just got plain paper falling out. And let your fingers do the walking, the Yellow Pages way. And it's got a list of all of the area codes. Well, let's look up Missouri. I only know Missouri and Illinois, kind of. Oh, there's a lot of area codes in Missouri, but a lot of them are 314. Okay, so anyway, there's that. So that's a cute book. Oh, cool. So a canceled check for $6.98 for the E.D. LaRue Insurance Agency from June 24th, 1939. That's awesome. An old stamp. Oh, an Eagle stamp book. Okay. So I have a bunch of these kind of things, but I don't know that I have this one. I've got the S&P ones. I believe I'll be having some more. I have a listing for pages like this in my shop right now, but I will probably be releasing some more on Labor Day. But yeah, I love these. And, you know, they had different values, and I have somewhere a catalog that you could use. It was for a specific brand, or whatever you'd call this, but those are so cool to see how many stamps you needed to buy the things. So yeah, so that's cool. I like that. And then Post Yarns, Breath of the Devil and Other Post Stories. Okay, so it's a little book, a collection of Saturday evening Post cartoons. Please pass this copy of Post Yarns along to your buddy and be on the lookout for others containing these selections. So just little, it's not all cartoons. What does that say? Bucko on the beach. Okay, well, how did you get these? Like, were these in cereal boxes? Where did these come from? This was volume 7, number 3. And another card fell out. And then Security Fire Insurance Company from Davenport, Iowa. I don't know if this is a little pad of paper, maybe. See, I love finding these, and that's why I want to make kits like this. Because it's fun to, although I never have stuff as cool as this. Why is this taped up so much? I just want to see if it's got, if it's just plain paper, that's not as interesting, but if it's got the like letterhead on the top, that would be nice. Oh, even nicer. 1939 calendar. Is this just for 1 month? That's awesome. So it's the month of June. In the back, it's got plain paper. But yeah, it's the whole month of June, 1939. That's cool. I love finding little advertising ephemera like that. then we've got instructions and recipes for the GE portable mixer. Nothing too exciting about that. It's got some damage to it. Ooh, lemon chiffon pie. Well, that sounds good though. All right. And then, oh, a Work Basket magazine from August of 1960. These are always fun. They've got good advertisements in them, good pictures. I like this kind of newspapery kind of paper. Magic Lily of China. And I love the patina on the paper. Get 100 little dolls for $1. Fashion of the day. So yeah, I have gotten some of these before. I do like those. Oh, a card. It's all written on, but that's still, I love stuff like that. Copyright Cleveland, okay? Someone talking about her big dog, half-breed German Shepherd and question mark. So that's cool. Annual commencement exercises for Gillespie Community High School from Friday, May 31st, 1935. See, now, well, I'm a saver, so I would be saving something like this. 100 years from now, somebody's going to find Gabby's graduation or program. Oh, and it's got a Theodore Roosevelt on the back. Oh, and then another kind of flashcard. And some piece of music paper. Oh, several Moonlight and Roses, Heading Home to Oklahoma. So a lot of different single, oh, well, no, there's more Moonlight and Roses. Oh, look at that. That's cool. So I guess just a bunch of, oh, see, Blaine on one side and then this cool stuff on that side. I like it when it's like got the really small notes and they get a lot of it on there. So just a bunch of, oh, and then somebody was trying to kind of hold them together. It's not quite boo-boo tape because it's not clear. So it's probably the masking tape of the day. Oh, and then they could, so maybe this was for the piano. Well, I guess they're all the piano playing, but so they could have it all sitting there. So that's cool. Some really nice music paper. And more music paper, a little bit newer maybe. You can't go wrong with music paper in the junk journaling world. More. I was thinking it looked like some of these were written on. Yeah, someone's done some writing on it. So I don't know if it was like piano lessons. Rates for 1962 to Europe and the Mediterranean on the SS Independence and the SS Constitution. So a travel brochure. Depending on what class you were. Oh, there was my stomach. Well, that's kind of cool. Different rates. Can I see a price? Okay, let's just check this out. What did it cost? So, if you want to be on the bridge deck with an outside room for two with a bed and an upper berth, It's $3.60 for one adult. Oh, hang on, I'm getting a low battery. A low battery. Close. Okay, sorry. $3.60 for one adult. $3.49 each if there's two. This is during the thrift season. Now during the summer season, it's $3.89 for one or $3.79 each for two. The cabin class, all rooms with private shower and toilet. So yeah, so that's kind of neat. So I really like that little packet of stuff. So all those things, now I've got crumbs, paper crumbs, and who knows what else on my bed. All right, well, I think that should be good, especially now that my tablet is almost out of battery, and I still need to get the other video, but I still need to film one more video while they're all gone. Let's do our nostalgic TV trivia, and then we can move on to the next video. All right, Kent McCord played Officer Jim Reed on this police drama. What kind of bird did Detective Tony Beretta have? Hugh Downs served as host of what long-running game show from 1961 to 1973? Well, that's not really very long now that we've got Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune have gone on way longer than that. What kind of TV show was The Outer Limits? What show featured the Pigeon Sisters? What was Mr. Topper's first name on Topper? Who was the announcer for the original Amateur Hour? Who was the MC of On Broadway Tonight? Oh man, I don't know if I know any of these. Maybe one. Okay, Kent McCord played Officer Jim Reed on this police drama. I am gonna say Dragnet just because I have no idea. Could be Policewoman. Like, it's not, I don't think it's like Cagney and Lacey. But I don't know. I guess I'm going, what did I say first? Dragnet? It's probably not Dragnet. That's probably too old. What kind of bird did Detective Tony Beretta have? Well, maybe I should say the other one was from Beretta since this question is from Beretta. But what kind of bird did he have? A parrot? A canary? A crow? Maybe he had a crow. I don't know. If any of those is right, I'm taking a point. Hugh Downs served as host of what long-running game show? Well, he was the guy that used to be with Barbara Walters, right? On 2020 on ABC. That's not helping me any. Long-running game show. I don't think he did Password, but Password's what's coming to mind right now, so I'll just say Password. I mean, somebody had to do it after Alan Ludden died, right? It's probably like Bert Convy or something after him. What kind of TV show was The Outer Limits? Well, I'm going to say sci-fi, and that might, I'm hoping I at least get that right because that was the one I thought might be the only one I knew. Which show featured the Pigeon Sisters? I feel like we've had this question where the Pigeon Sisters was the answer and it was somebody's variety show. But heck if I can remember. So I don't know. I can't even think of one to say because it was always like the Jerry Miller Show or, you know, something like that. I don't know, you guys. What was Mr. Topper's first name on Topper? Ed. I don't know. Who was the announcer for the original Amateur Hour? Was it Hugh Downs? Let's say Hugh Downs since he's on this card already. Even though I don't think he was like that kind of person, right? Who was the MC of On Broadway Tonight? I feel like we've had that question in reverse before too. Hugh Downs. All right. Kent McCord played Officer Jim Reed on this police drama. Adam 12. Okay. What kind of bird did Detective Tony Beretta have? A cockatoo. Hugh Downs served as host of what long-running game show? Concentration. Man, that actually should have been kind of easier. It's not like there were a lot of game shows around back then, right? What kind of TV show was The Outer Limits? Sci-fi. Okay, I did get, well, it says science fiction, so I did get that. Oh, darn it. What show featured the Pigeon Sisters? The Odd Couple. I don't know why I didn't remember that, because I did watch almost every episode of that. But in fairness to me, I did that probably in my 20s, and I cannot be held responsible for remembering that level of detail from my 20s, right? What was Mr. Topper's first name on Topper? Cosmo. Who was the announcer for the original amateur hour? Dennis James. And who was the MC of On Broadway Tonight? Rudy Valley. All right, I got one science fiction. How did you do? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this episode. Thank you to my members, my subscribers, my viewers. All of you make a difference and make this channel fun to do. So thank you for being here and for leaving your kind comments and a thumb and coming back the next time. So wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having a great day. And until we meet again, take care of yourself. Bye.